Ladies and leavers, this is SuperZOMGBBQ, and today, it's been a long time since one of these videos. Sure, we had the earlier problems with SuperCard Season 5, but oh my god, I'm gonna let loose now, because this is something that's been peeing me off since the beginning of Season 4, and it hasn't been fixed. And I'm mad. I'm really mad. Okay, that was maybe a little bit too far, but I'm red raging. It's almost like I'm doing Samoa Joe's prep, which, by the way, if you don't know, before he goes out to a match, Samoa Joe literally beats the living crap out of himself. It's insanity, and that's probably the most awesome thing I've ever heard about any wrestler, let alone Samoa Joe. We are going to discuss one of the, in fact, two of the most broken features in this game, which I have to say should have been fixed by now. Let's get right into it. If you want this kind of stuff fixed, smack the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know that I have a slight bit of resentment for King of the Ring. Sometimes King of the Ring is great. Sometimes it's a bit wishy-washy. Other times it is downright awful. And this is one of those occasions where it is downright awful. Between Season 3 and Season 4, Cat Daddy for some reason decided to change King of the Ring, and when I was actually over in Seattle, I didn't think there was really anything broken with the original King of the Ring apart from sandbagging. Now, there are some benefits to this style of game mode, because you can get knocked out really quickly, you get picks, and I like that kind of stuff. I also like the progressive awards, so you're not just going into King of the Ring, getting knocked out in the qualifiers, and getting nothing for your effort or something that's not particularly very good. However, my biggest issue isn't the rewards and the ridiculously unsociable running times, and they know this. I've actually given them personal feedback on this matter. No, it's that there are several bugs in King of the Ring that they have not fixed since Season 4 first began. And honestly, I would actually forego one of the brand new sets of cards we're going to get, like the access cards that we've barely seen. Sorry, I know that's a bit of a dig, but where are they? They've just kind of disappeared, and the ones that were there, they were incredibly hard to get. So I don't know, Cat Daddy, where are those gone? Tell us. And we're talking about King of the Rings at the highest level and at the lowest level as well, because this affects it across the board. Let's not go into sandbagging, where people who are in the top tiers are sandbagging their decks down to take advantage of lower level players. That's one of the biggest problems, which they've tried countless times to combat, and it sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't work, and most times actually it doesn't really work. But there's two even bigger glitches which I have found in my most recent King of the Ring, and I'm going to talk about those now because I had these experiences in the last couple of King of the Rings I had. Despite getting Andre pro really early, getting Seth Rollins pro really early, and having a full King of the Ring deck, apart from females of course, because I always have that problem. That sounded a lot more personal than it should have. Anyway, we still were not able to run a King of the Ring because of momentum slots. Well, I have had the resolution in War last week because I've got 3 momentum slots. The difference was that when I went to go to get those 3 momentum slots, I was thinking this is really going to benefit me in this King of the Ring. Instead, I didn't actually need to worry about it because I managed to win anyway. Let's go collect on the subject of PvP. A Platinum League pack. Scared Gothic. Okay. I didn't realise it went up to Gothic. Usually I get such trash in these. Let's go grab ourselves some King of the Ring awards. Now, the first thing I want to say about this King of the Ring, there are a lot of problems with King of the Ring. This, however, was absolute. I'm trying to refrain from using bad language, but it was absolute BS. And I've actually reported it personally to the guys WWE SuperCard because I think that this is not right. So let's go to my deck. You guys may or may not know that I have a André the Giant Pro. So let's go to no WrestleMania 35 cards. So this is the problem with King of the Ring, right? I had my André the Giant. This is exactly how he was leveled. He had shattered enhancements. I increased it up to the WrestleMania 35 ones, okay? I had a full heroic André the Giant, fully pro'd up. All trained, all good, and it had shattered enhancements on it. The guy I was facing, who is awesome by the way, really, really cool dude. I want to thank him for, well, being a really good opponent, because he kicked my ass in game 1 in the final, and the fact he got there in the first place is really awesome. But back onto the subject. This André the Giant lost with momentum to a half heroic André the Giant. Not only that, when it was actually leveled in exactly the same way, there was no procs. I've got the screenshots here. It was ludicrous, and it shows that there is a problem with King of the Rings. Moving on then to this Chad Gable. This is exactly how the Chad Gable was yesterday. When I was in the King of the Ring, I went up against the guy who's got a Rollins. Now this Rollins here is fully trained up. This is exactly how his would look. Maybe he's got some WrestleMania 35 enhancements, I don't know. And as you can see here, I actually put all the tokens in proc for Chad Gable. So when the ability hit, 33,500, and it does say 500, got applied to his stats. There is no way, if you use proper maths, that that card was winning against my Chad Gable. And yet it still won. So there is clearly a problem with King of the Rings at the moment. Absolutely crazy. Not only that, but I've now found out that momentum slots can be changed during King of the Rings. Which, if that is true and it does actually work, then that's crazy, because as far as I was aware, when you go into King of the Ring, if you change your momentum slots, it doesn't actually affect your cards till the next match. No, it actually affects your cards the second you change them over. So you can have a momentum slot on one card, let's say André the Giant or another WrestleMania 35 Pro, take it off that card, put it onto another one, and it will still work. The boost can be applied, and there's some people taking massive advantage of this, which I'm a little bit, I have to say I'm a little bit annoyed that that works, but you know, whatever. It just gives people who've got like 4 or 5 momentum slots like instantaneous advantages. Literally, they are going to clean house with every King of the Ring. But I passed it on. Hopefully they'll fix it at some point soon. But you know, I've been talking about King of the Ring and things need to change for a while, and it's not changed. Now I've got my little, it wasn't a rant as such, it's just letting you guys know how much I dislike the problems that this game mode has. It just could be so much better. Let's go and get ourselves some King of the Ring awards. We did win the King of the Ring, which means you are going to get a WrestleMania 35 card and a Shadow card. I've just got this little hint. I've got this thing in my head that's telling me that LMS is going to be like in a couple of weeks' time. So let's go grab it. We've got Rey Mysterio. Who's WrestleMania 35 going to be? Let's find out.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Xavier Woods. So that he's actually not that great. You know, well, it doesn't matter because the WrestleMania 35 is a WrestleMania 35. But he, for some reason, the New Day are just spread out over this tier, like crazily spread out. Like you got Kofi, who's like near the top 10. You got Biggie, who's in the middle, and then you got Xavier Woods, who's like towards the bottom, which makes no sense considering Xavier usually is the person who's in the tag matches. But you know, whatever, doesn't matter. It's a WrestleMania 35 card. It's another single to add to the collection, and I want to say a huge thanks to King Kitten for the battle at the end. Let's get this restarted though. Got this crazy. I love that so much. What an image. This is actually more like his TNA time. He just come over to WWE when that happened, and he was teaming with Brodus Clay. That's how he started off in like the main roster, and this is when that happened. So I'm gonna have to use that image because it just looks so great. Anyway, that's King of the Ring done. Maybe we'll get another one for the video, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just grab ourselves Becky Lynch. I don't know. But that's my kind of rant about King of the Rings, because that kind of stuff needs to change. Segue. And what do you know? Back-to-back King of the Ring wins, which is awesome. I was in a really tight battle. You're going to see it once we get our rewards. But we were in a really tight battle with this basically guy had exactly the same deck as I had. So it literally came down to 2 momentum slots and luck. And we got the win. So we're going to grab ourselves another not Shattered pack, another WrestleMania 35 pack. I keep getting confused. Let's find out. Shattered card first is Roman Reigns. Please be a female. Pro, be lovely. Let's go, WrestleMania 35 card. Turn it! Rey Mysterio. Okay, not exactly what I was looking for, but it is another single, and he's a really good card in the tiers. So, yeah, all good. A decent card as well. Getting singles from the King of the Rings now, but at least now I can put Kofi in the mix. I don't actually know if he's how much more benefit he's going to do, but this is how crazily tight it was. 3-2, 4-1, 4-1 my side, 3-2, 3-2. It was balmy, and if you have a look at the rest, it was all 3-0 victories. So we had pretty much identical decks. So GG's to that man Genghis, and on we go to another successful King of the Ring, I hope. I've had this happen now several times in other King of the Rings, and the thing is that it's one of the only places to get good rewards from if you don't want to play for ridiculous amounts of time. And unfortunately, the game still prioritizes female pulls and female pros as the most important cards in the game. So people like Becky Lynch in this week's Ring Domination are the most important cards you can get. So to kind of hide them behind something that's fundamentally broken and has been since season 4, not just in idea and concept, but the actual game mode is broken from what it's being seen, I think it needs to be fixed. It straight up is the worst game mode, I think, in the history of this game. I'm being serious. I think it genuinely is. It's not just the most annoying game mode, it's the most glitched game mode, it's got the most problems, and I just don't think they needed to change it. Yeah, they needed to fix the sandbagging problem, but why change what wasn't broken rewards wise? And don't get me started on the fact that if you're in a top tier King of the Ring, you finish second, doesn't have a chance to get a WrestleMania 35, considering not only how unsociable it is, but the fact that per King of the Ring, you're looking at most of the top guys having to spend at least 250 to 500 credits unless they've got someone else looking after their account, because you'd have to stay up a whole 24 hours to take care of this thing. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Me personally, this is the biggest problem in the game right now. I mean, other than the events getting a little bit, I wouldn't say stale, but repetitive, that you're doing one thing after another, and it's been this way since season 4, but they've changed it up a little bit at season 5 with Last Man Standing and Over the Limit as well being put into the game, as well as some other features. This is the biggest problem that faces the game at the moment, other than cheating. And I'm not making this for Cat Daddy to see it, I'm making it so you all know about these problems, and it's something that really needs to be fixed, and really needs to be changed, and hopefully it gets fixed soon. Although I don't have much hope, considering it's been this way since season 4. And honestly, the whole heroic thing makes an absolute mockery out of why you'd pay the credits and grind the time to get something that's just going to be beaten by something that's nowhere near as powerful anyway. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. That's going to be it from me though. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch today's video. If you enjoyed it, or if you want to support this, all you got to do is smack the like button. Support the channel by hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you have, awesome. But make sure you're ringing the bell to stay notified and be told of every single video that goes on the channel. I have been SuperZombieBBQ. You have been awesome. And one last thing, and that is to zombie.